Welcome back to another video, everyone. My name is Anthony with Lochby, and today I'm going to walk you all through our entire collection of journals. We're going to start with the small sizes and work our way up to the large ones. I'm also going to walk you all through all of our color options and tell you all a few features that some journals may have that others don't, and vice versa. So without further ado, let's go ahead, let's jump into the video. Let's go ahead and start things off with two of our most popular. Over here in my left hand is the one that started it all in this size for me. This is the Pocket Journal, and then over here is the Mini Field Journal. Now, if you're looking at these and you're like, man, they've got a lot of wear on them. Yes, a lot of these are from my personal collection. Also, they don't come with these cool little lanyards here, but let's go ahead and talk about what they do come with. Now, they both will accommodate and come with a 3.5 by 5.5 notebook. This one right here will house maybe two of those comfortably, and then this Mini Field Journal over here will house up to a whopping 4 notebooks. Let me go ahead and I'll illustrate a point with the Mini Field Journal that I'm personally carrying. This is my EDC notebook. Absolutely love this thing. I love the Pocket Journal too though, but I've found personally that I need about 3 different notebooks. I have one just for personal stuff, then I have one for studies and research stuff that I'm doing, and then one for just my work. So I've found that I really like the Mini Field Journal, but if you find that you're not really needing this many notebooks, then I would probably just go ahead and go with the Pocket Journal. Also, another consideration is, do you want your notebooks open and just closed with a clasp right here? If you don't and you're around wet areas, then you might want to be able to zip them up like this right here with the Pocket Journal. Both are a fantastic option though, and let me go ahead lastly and just illustrate for you how you can put different pins in there. I don't have every single pin offered, but we'll go ahead and I'll show you with the Pocket Journal first. Here is a Pilot G2. I know that is a very popular pin. All right, next up, just a good old Sharpie. So let's say you work on a job site or you just love living that Sharpie life. There you go. Sharpie will fit in that. And then a Lamy Safari. So if you are into the fountain pen game, then there you go. You can absolutely fit that in there. I'm kind of doing that blind, but hopefully you all are able to see it. So right there, we'll do the same exact test over here on the Mini Field Journal. I've already got a Pilot G2 in there, so we know it fits. And then right over here, a Lamy Safari will absolutely fit. Sometimes that cap gets caught a little bit as you're putting it in there, but right there, that'll absolutely fit. Very versatile as far as which pins you can use. And then, like I said, you got that 3.5 by 5.5 notebook. So you're gonna be able to fit our notebooks right there, as well as popular field note styles. All of them fit great. All right, next up is the Voyager Journal. So if you want kind of that same width, but you want a little bit of extra height, then I would recommend going for the Voyager Journal. Like I said, we're going from smallest to largest notebooks. I'll go ahead and pull in a Mini Field Journal because they're pretty similar. So right there, you can kind of see the difference in size. Now, very similar in design to the Mini Field Journal. You've got the same closure system right here. And then on the inside, as I've already mentioned, this is a little bit bigger of a notebook. So you've got a 4.3 by 8.3 notebook on the inside. Now, let's go ahead and take a look at a few of the other features. All of our pen slots are going to be universal. So any of the pens that I've already talked about, you're going to be able to fit them in any of these upcoming journals. So on the inside, and this is a very similar layout to other journals that you're going to see, you've got a little mesh organizer right here with a little bit of hook and loop, as you can probably hear. And then right down in here, a few other little card slots. And right here where my thumb is at, that is some elastic cordage so that you can organize up to 4 different notebooks here in this traveler size all throughout your Voyager Journal. So this is a really cool option if you need that extra added height and even a little bit extra added width over the Mini Field Journal or the Pocket Journal. All right, now we are going to talk about the journal that started it all for me. This right here is the Field Journal. The Field Journal is one that I personally bought probably 5 years ago at this point. I absolutely love this journal right here when I am sitting down at my desk and I'm taking just a lot of notes and I really want to spend some time in my journal. For me, and let me go ahead and grab it, my mini field journal right here is definitely my go-to for quick notes throughout the day, lists and things like that. But if it's something that I really want to pour a lot of time into, I reach for the field journal. This one right here holds an A5 notebook, so if you compare that to the mini field journal, you can tell that is quite a bit larger. And also, this would be a great time to let you all know that this is made out of a canvas material, and it is slightly waxed from the factory. It's not going to be so waxy that it's going to peel off on your hands, but as you can tell, this one is fairly new, while this one has had a lot of wear. So it is going to patina over the years and give you such a great look, and it's really going to become your own. So that's kind of a cool part about how Lochby gear becomes your own over the years. Now, all right, so we've already took a look at the mini field journal, and now we're looking at the field journal, the actual full-size one, and you're like, hey, you all just took a shrink ray, and you just shrank this down and made this one right here. Pretty much. So a lot of the features are going to be very much the same. Like I said, this one is 5 years old at least, so some of the features may be a little bit different on the one that you all see, but they're going to be very similar. So on the inside, you're going to notice you've got all sorts of organization space over here. You have a nice pen slot. I've got a super nice little red Lamy Safari over there, and then like I was saying earlier, you get these A5 notebooks, and you're able to organize multiple ones with that same bungee system. So that right there, field journal. I have a lot of love for this one because this is the one that started it all for me, but I'm definitely stoked to see that we have some of those smaller options as well. That way, if I don't have a full-size backpack with me, I can carry that, but if I have my full-size backpack, I can carry this, so it's awesome. All right, so we've already discussed two different closure systems with our smallest size journals, the mini field journal and the pocket journal. And now we're gonna do basically the same thing for the field journal, which is right up here, and then the Field Folio. So the Field Folio, and I'm switching up colors on you all right here. We'll talk about that here in a minute. The Field Folio right here is an A5 notebook size as well, but this one right here is going to allow you to zip it up. So if you are in a rainy area or find yourself in areas that are just wet often, you might want to consider this versus the more open nature of the field journal. Before we talk too much more about the features, let's go ahead and we'll talk about colorways. So this right here is a black with a bumblebee yellow interior right in here. Staying in the Field Folio lineup, we also have our brown with yellow interior. Absolutely love that one. That one is such a classic. And then we have a navy with cream interior. This one is so classy. So those are our three different colorways, all made out of the same awesome materials. Now, very similar to the field journal, you are getting this bungee system so that you can put up to 4 different notebooks over here, and then you have all sorts of organization over here. And then same deal over here on the back side, you've got a nice little pocket, same as the field journal right there. One thing that you are going to be missing out on is a pen slot right out here on the exterior. However, there's so much organization over here that if you want to put some pens in these slots right here, then you absolutely can do that. Also, back here on my workbench, you might see a little sneak peek of something super awesome that is coming soon. All right, we made it. This right here is the largest journal that we make. This right here is a Field Folio B5, and this thing is large. So if you're an artist or someone who sketches and has to write out and draw a bunch of things, this right here is going to be a hard option to pass up. This is basically, you see that zippered closure, this is basically a mega version of the pocket journal right here. As you can tell, pocket journal, one of our smallest, and that right there is one of our largest. Now, let's go ahead, let's take a look on the inside of this. Got that beautiful bumblebee yellow interior yet again. Got the brown on the exterior. revert back if you want to see which colors we offer these in. You've got a massive amount of organization here. Now, yes, while these are basically the same amount of slots or same organization system, it's just massive because this is a massive journal. So you're going to be able to fit all sorts of stuff in here. You've also got same bungee system right here. So go ahead and add more B5 notebooks until your heart is content, or up to 4. If your heart is not content with 4, sorry, you could probably actually fit one on the back though. So go ahead, give that a shot. So this right here is the B5. As you can tell, a lot of these journals from the smallest up to the largest are very similar. But what we're doing is we're giving you all options based on the notebook sizes that you like. I know for me personally, I am a 3.5 by 5.5 kind of guy, and then I move up to the A5. Those are just the notebooks that I find that I enjoy using the most and that I get the most use out of. Now, speaking of my two favorite journal sizes, we've got the mini field journal again and the field journal. This right here is that closure system. So if you're not in an area that is super wet or really dirty, these right here are definitely going to serve you just fine. But that's a consideration that you need to make. Do you need something that zips? Do you need something that closes with a clasp? Totally up to you. So whichever journal you decide to go with, just know that you're going to get amazing materials throughout all of them. Yes, the features may change, like the closure systems. You know, you get a really high quality clasp over here, while you get YKK zippers over here. So that may change. And another thing that might change, especially with these limited drops that we've been doing, is you might want to go with the wax canvas materials right here, or you might want to switch it up on these limited drops and go for something like the nylon black multicam right here. This is one that I've been rocking here recently, and I really dig this, but I've always got a soft spot in my heart for wax canvas. It just ages beautifully, and it's such a great material for these journals. All right, we have a ton of different journal covers, as you've been able to see throughout this video. Let me go ahead and give you one more piece of advice. If you are just kind of overwhelmed and you're like, oh my goodness, I want this one, I want that one, go ahead. First off, just decide what journal size you want to stick with. If you want something smaller, check out that smaller size range. If you want something a little bit larger, go with some of the larger options. And then you're basically going to need to decide between those two closure systems. Whichever your closure system, that's going to narrow it down even further. And all of this stuff is available and more at Lochby.com. Definitely head over there and check it out. And also, please hit the like button on this video. Drop us a comment if you've got any questions or anything to add to the conversations about journaling. And subscribe to stick around to see more videos just like this. And in the meantime, I hope that you have an amazing day.